So, found this little guy. It's not really big enough to eat. Show you how big it is in comparison to my hand. It's little, but that is a mushroom that is closely related to the lion's mane. Hey y'all, it's me, Paxton, back in the woods, and you can see right up above my head, found my lion's mane, first lion's mane for the day. And I don't know if this one's any good, but this is probably the biggest one that I've found yet, still intact. There it is. See my hand? There's a big bulbous thing. So I think I may cut it. I'm gonna have to think about it a minute. I'm probably gonna regret it, but I am not gonna cut this one. I don't know if you can see from that, but it probably won't be that great for cooking. And I'm afraid by the time I get it all the way out of the woods, I'll bruise it up anyway. And I'd like to find a fresher one, but that is still a big one for me anyway. Okay, let's keep looking. So I showed you a while ago something I found that I said was closely related to the lion's mane, and I found a bunch of it on this log. As you can see how it would just hang straight down in these stalks, and that particular piece in my hand would be fresh enough to eat, but there's not enough of it that's fresh. All this is turning brown, but this is a lot different than what I had envisioned of it growing on the log. I figured it would be more of one big clump on a log. And this is basically all up and down this rotten log here. There's really not much I can get out of it, but it's still interesting to finally see it in the woods instead of the books. And there's some more of it over there. So there's a big oak tree. It's broken in half, and that's what this is. This is the top half of that, I think, but it's in the same genus, the Hermesium genus. And oh, that's the second part I found, or second group of it I found so far, so maybe we'll find some yet. So I've been seeing a lot of this today in this stage, and I'm pretty sure this is a Ching Li, if I'm saying that right. It's a Rishishi type, some medicinal, and you can already see that bright, shiny, varnish look to it. But at first I thought it was old and going away, but now I'm thinking that it's just now coming in. I'm not sure, but I've seen it in various stages today, and man, it's really neat. Like I said, it looks just like you varnished it. Well, I'm gonna have me a kid moment here. Spores everywhere, the little pear-shaped puffballs. I found so many of them this year. It seems to be probably my most abundant edible, but those are obviously not any good for that, but still fun. Alright, enough of that, let's get on with it. Here on a hickory log now, which is what makes this kind of weird. I've never seen these oysters on a hickory log. I don't think the books describe them, but I'm pretty sure that's a scaly bark. But anyway, and I'm pretty sure, not 100%, that this is the fall oysters, but it sure looks like it. was pretty cool. Right on the other side of that same tree, I found some tree ears. Today I've showed you a few, or actually not a few, but a couple examples of the Hermesium, that comb tooth, and the lion's mane. But this is neither one, and this is a little bit deceiving about how it's growing, because as you can see, this tree has fell and it's still got green leaves on it, so it's probably fell in one of these recent windstorms or whatever. This is not an edible, and I don't know the name of it right off the top of my head, but I do recognize it from my field guide, that you can see that it has teeth, and that's where the spores will come from, and then the top side will be smooth, and that's a real good example of that. But I could see where somebody might confuse it for lion's mane or the other one. Well guys, I don't think I'm gonna find any mushrooms that are good enough to eat, but that's not really what this walk was about, and it's not what most of them were about. Not that I don't want to find some good mushrooms to cook, but what this does, and it's something that I kind of want to talk about, is I work a lot, and here lately it's been pretty steady. I know there's people out there that work a lot harder and a lot more hours than I do, but besides the point, I have a really great job, but I can get enough of it, and so I burn out on it sometimes. And this is the best way that I've found to undo that. Just get out in the woods, and yeah, I'm looking for mushrooms. I don't get upset if I don't find any that I can take home, but it does give my mind something to focus on that is totally not work related, and it's basically a restart. And if I can get one of these in a week or every 2 weeks, it really helps. So I suggest that if you can make time in your busy schedule, that you find a hobby like this. And the mushroom hunting has turned out to be a good one for me, because it puts me in the woods where I would rather be, and do that, and take your mind off your work, because you've got to work, you've got to make money and keep yourself up. I mean, that's just the facts of it. And so I also want to talk about the channel a little bit. I know I've had a lot of mushroom videos. That's pretty much all I've put out, except for a couple exceptions, and they may be a little boring. I know they probably are, but it's not the right time of the year for the garden here, and that's what I want to have a lot more of, is the gardening. But anyway, hang in there with me if you can. Pretty soon I'm probably going to start building a fence around my garden site to keep the chickens out, and doing some stuff to prepare it. This garden's going to probably be different than any I've done in the past. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video relaxing, and I hope that you get out and relax yourself. Alright guys, be good. One last time, because I'm almost out of the woods. Oh, that's so fun. Some people never grow up. Okay.